Nexa firing off some shots, but not really connecting. And although Nico gets one, it's a one and done. And now Nexa is stuck between two players. Brokey doesn't require backup, though. He's going to do it all alone and force the plant down along the process.
Brokey, the backbreaker of this round, has already caused issues. But it's Frozen that gets first contact. P250 punishment on m0NESY, and bye-bye Hunter as his head goes flying. All down to HooXi. Brains of the operation, but has he got the brawn for this one, Vince?
It's a great shot from Brokey. And that is the pistol round that goes the way of FaZe, and it was Brokey that kicked it off. It's Brokey full circle for the final frag, and in doing so, a brisk lead. They go in for this peek, he flicks down, but he misses, and now desperately requires that second player to come in, but it's another perfectly timed flashbang. Frozen may stand his ground for one, but the damage has been done.
Brokey going for the crazy montage plays as he was spinning around, but no success with a chrome cannon. Doesn't blow them away. m0NESY up close behind the pillar, from pillar to post as he punishes with 2 frags on the M4, Vince. And now G2 are knocking a first round in this map, unless Frozen can deny it. In the 1-on-3 clutch, being flanked towards spawn, a barrage of bullets comes his way, and Nico slays him.
They'd have heard the AWP shot as well. m0NESY is desperately trying to grab on top of that AWP. I think he just got it in time. Throws the AK away to trade up.
Gets that opening pick. Carrigan looking to respond like ships in the night. They pass each other, Vince, but Carrigan doesn't realize. He gets his way tucked into the rear, strikes towards the site, 4x3. He doesn't notice HooXi.
And HooXi, the iceberg, sinking the ship of Carrigan. And although Brokey may have a gaping hole in the hull, not quite sunk just yet. Frozen also down and out with Carrigan. And he has been one of their heavy hitters. At Katowice, he had a really, really solid performance, Frozen, throughout. Even in the finals, where they did get bested by Spirit pretty comfortably, he was one of the standout performers. So that's 2 huge scalps to take early doors. G2, 45 seconds left on the clock. Gonna try and repel this push, but it's gonna be Rain going in first. Nico has his back turned, but HooXi's watching. He's anticipating, and more importantly, he's captivating this round and putting it in the pocket of G2. 2 players stack on the site, and that's gonna be good enough for m0NESY. And there is the second element of Nexa. Much better from G2, a clean hold in the end.
The FaZe clan trio down towards canals begin to make their move up on connector. Exchange of Molotovs blocking off access for both team. Time going to be tight as well. 50 seconds on the clock, Vince. Pop flash out. Frozen will be pushed, but he strikes and slays Hunter.
It's a huge entry. Puts way more pressure now on m0NESY. But he's shown he's more than capable of weathering the storm. However, Brokey turns into a category 5. And blitzes through the site. There's Rops once again. Nexa can do little but save. And that means that FaZe, who started off with a 3-0, then conceded 3 on the bounce, have got back into winning ways.
They're looking good, shooting hard into this one. And for Nexa, survival of the fittest is what he wants, but Rops is ready and rock solid, as he won't let that one go. Mr. Cool takes another pick, and G2 use their first tactical timeout.
Solid first pick, although kind of ran into the crosshair, but at that point G2 were always reeling, desperate to try and regain a little bit of power into this round. It never really happened for them. Tactical timeout to allow them.
Hey guys, make sure to check out Hot Pizza GG, as they've added a new cool event. Complete easy daily tasks like visiting the website, opening a case, playing a classic or case battle to get cheese points, and make sure to complete all the tasks of the day to get an extra bonus. Once you collect enough, you can open different cheesy peasy cases for free and get a really cool skin. So, if you want to check out Hot Pizza GG, the link will be in the description below, and don't forget to use my code VLADOPART for another free 50 cents bonus.
The B-side bombardment. Fighting in towards connector, Nico strikes with Hunter to open up as the cranium of Rain goes flying away. Rops and Carrigan pick up a frag apiece, and the battle gets close. Rops inside of the smoke, the developer himself cheesing his way into the backline as he'll take down the brains and leave it on a 2v2. Fighting out through Temple though, Vince, he's already got out to the lip, but Nexa can't strike with the SMG. Rops finishes him and drops it down to m0NESY, the other player that's dedicated so much time into the game. More skin in the game than Oni Pixel in a round like this. So 1v2, can he pop off? Misses the shot, time ticking, walking into the back where Rops is waiting, and the round secured by FaZe. Middle of the pack at the minute in terms of the overall frags. It's Nico that's been the showstopper, and through the smoke he strikes with 2, Vince.
Bruh, Jesus. If you're FaZe, you shrug your shoulders like, what just happened? Nico did. That's why people have been waiting for him to arrive. Pimp mentioned it on the desk. If he does, he fancies G2 might take this one. 11-7 for Nico. Putting this round in the palm of the hands of G2, who need to snatch it away, but they still have Rops and Brokey to deal with. Nexa and m0NESY.
Nade round on camera to try and force back the CTs. The utility flying over the top of the head of Robs, and he's removed. A missed shot from Brokey as m0NESY lays claim to another pickup. And the round goes the way of G2. 6-4 now.
So FaZe, they've got a lot of little pieces all around the board, but they've got to try and make a move together. And m0NESY, oh, he has such a good read of this game, constantly finds those smoke pushes. And now HooXi has to try and go from strength to strength, but he gets shut down. m0NESY now with the AK spray, trading out from Karrigan's AK-47, is putting it to use against his oncoming troops. And gets the third as well. A 4K in the round for m0NESY, secures G2 their 5th.
It's m0NESY's world, we're just living in it as he lives his movie on Anubis.
And they decide they want to try and just get super aggressive. Molotov and the HE, a ton of damage to Karrigan and Rain, and they're going to continue to push forward into another Molotov. Through one fire into another. Feet singed, burning alive, but Frozen gets one. An extra Molotov onto the site. Denies the bomb plant for a bit, allows Nico and m0NESY to do their work. And our Rops at range may tap in for a frag, but it's a great cost to his health bars. 4 HP remain. More importantly than that though, Jackie, he has no bomb. He has plenty of time. M4 picked up. This grenade touches down from Hunter. And we are going to have a tied up 6-6. 3 rounds back and forth throughout. They couldn't get any closer.
HooXi can smoke over, block off access from camera, early flashbang towards A main. m0NESY leads the charge, he wants to deliver the pain, goes in through the smoke, but Rops has already claimed 1. It's a bit of a back and forth, Vince, but most of the damage now comes from Nico. 3 frags, keeps on going with the backup of his brother in arms, and they secure the pistol in seconds.
Oh, this is Nico on a different level. We haven't seen this in CS2 yet. This is what we've been waiting for. With bated breath, 16 kills, 7 deaths.
That's something that has reverberations throughout the rest of the half. It's not just that pistol, where going for a fast play like that starts to get you back up a little bit. It makes you think about the timing more. And like you said as well, for Nico, it's huge for him. If he's finding the form to play so confidently, even just look at the flicks, man, on the replay. It's just sick to watch.
Torch is back, Brokey needs to connect the shot, and indeed he shall. It's m0NESY, at least a weakened player that goes down. With his assault rifle, and there is Rops to pick up the pieces. A main has now been locked down. It's going to force the rest of the T's to try and get aggressive through mid, but Rops is keeping himself alive with that counter flash. Spray in from Frozen, does a ton of damage, but not the kill. And Rops also misses out. Nico on 7, HooXi on 39 in this 2-on-2. It is a winnable endeavor though, but there's Karrigan from Cams. And that could be an end to this round as Rain shoulder peeks in, finds himself Nico. And although Nico is outgunned, we know he has the aim. However, Rain will deny him this time.
Hanging in the balance on so many twists there, so many small nuances that round, Vince, where you're thinking if the timing's slightly better, if one shot goes a different way, the difference of setups from G2's early contact plays towards B, from how FaZe are playing it. Waiting behind the smoke, Karrigan using the edge of the smoke, spamming through to give himself vision, strikes on 2. HooXi and Nexa in the meantime are able to clap back and they equalize, leaving the battle of attrition down to 3 players on either team.
A 3 retake. All players pretty healthy. It's a HE collectively, 2 HEs now on G2. An incendiary, but a weakened Brokey and a dead Rops. Probably put an end to any hopes of a re-engage here, but they're still gonna press forward. Brokey gets caught with a grenade out. Your economy not able to flourish. They instantly get pushed back again from G2, who take their 10th round, and FaZe have such little money to play with.
Rops has put down the welcome mat to the A site and invited G2 in. They've got muddy shoes and they do not give a damn, Vince, as they take pace and take the control off of them. The only one that can deny the entry is the bouncer of Frozen, checks the IDs and says no. 2 frags on contact. Rain with the Deagle needs to surprise and slay on contact again. Punishes with a follow-up frag.
He's still alive, he's still in the fight as well. There's still time for G2 if they can get some success, and Nico puts down Rain, but it's at cost to his HP. m0NESY flicks up, misses, down to Nico, 1 on 3, first kill goes his way, runs out of ammunition though, has to replenish, and so Frozen with the white swing secures his third. The hero of A comes full circle and secures the round.
Well, the minute they try and take control towards middle, FaZe have set themselves up playing the extremities with a 3-player setup towards B and 2 of them gravitating towards A main. They've given control of camera to the CT side. Ooh, but the first 2 picks fall in favor of FaZe. They're in the A site, sure, Vince, but you don't have an easy time of closing this round down. They're getting information at least and starting to tag up FaZe. It's all falling away. m0NESY murders 2. Nexa chimes in on Brokey and it's down to Frozen to again turn up. Can't do it twice.
Yeah, it's asking a lot for Frozen to consistently pump out these 2 3Ks and clutch rounds. And I asked the question, I posed it, what are G2 going to do about this? Try and take the fight to G2. They've been very reactive rather than proactive thus far, FaZe on their CT side, and that's more like it. Brokey takes the shot, tosses in the smoke, denying entry once again. A minute left on the clock, and G2 are changing it up, dropping down into the canals now. Big frag from Hunter though, and Carrigan gets caught with a smoke out. It's all coming apart here as Rain goes down to HooXi's hand on that MAC-10. HooXi 16 and 11 is having a stellar performance here. And G2 on the brink of taking FaZe's choice of map.
HooXi the Chad? Nah. HooXi the Mac claps back on that one. Big frags with a MAC-10 on entry, Vince. The drive-bys make a whole load of difference and the B site crumbles. And the dying moments of this round, it has to be a Brokey highlight reel. He's got to keep himself alive and fight in the middle of a cell. Can't do it. Goes toe-to-toe against m0NESY and loses the orb.
As it is a qualification game for the major. And HooXi catches himself some more prey, runs in and takes Rops' head. Gets traded out, but there's Nexa for the repeat. Beautiful shot from Brokey though, is keeping FaZe alive.
Brokey's bullet battles back.
G2 looking to maraud their way onto B to sack the site, to neutralize the CTs, and m0NESY is the man for the job. Dispatching of Rain post-haste, and now Carrigan up through connector. We'll have to wind in some pretty ridiculous 1-digs, and Hunter rejects that idea. That entire premise disgusts him. He wants an end to this first map. And Anubis is going to come to a draw. It's going to come to a close in just a few moments' time, unless Brokey can clutch this out with the Deagle. 1 kill, but that's all he can muster. 13-8 to G2 on Anubis. Instead, they're changing up the pace through catwalk into cave. Rain could be seeing multiple players in just a few moments, and it's HooXi with those Julies that puts him down. Frozen's there to return fire, but Nico with the USP continues to keep G2 in the lead.
Snapshots. Big connections. m0NESY with the timing might be pulled off the angle that he needs to defend from. Problem is, Carrigan couldn't deliver the killing blow quickly enough. So m0NESY returns, supports his teammate, and whittles FaZe down to just 2. Rops and Brokey.
And it's pretty much signed, sealed, and delivered. And he falls prey to Nico, as so many of his teammates have multiple times in this series. Brokey at least gets the plant down. It gives him something to play off. Beautiful headshot there, delivered onto m0NESY, but there won't be a double up. There will be no way forward for Brokey, but a post-plant affords them options into the second round at least. But again, we're seeing those crispy aims come to the forefront from G2.
A lot of eyes on them. A lot of stock on the team. Into this round though, with limited utility, they eat the nades. Lane control is firmly passed over to G2 as they control it with the opening Molotov, the smokes to block off the angles, and a HE that strips away noise from Carrigan and leaves him trapped. First frag found, mollies go over to block off the common positions here for the CT side. Nico trapped inside of the cave with the backup of Hooksy. They pepper through the wall bang, but no connection, Vince. Meanwhile, Nico tries to bleed out on the side, but it's a 1-for-1 trade.
Did a lot of damage to Brokey as well, though. Down to 4 HP. And considering that you have a HE, an Incendiary, a Flash, and 2 of the 3 players are just a couple of gusts of wind from death, it's looking poor for FaZe's endeavors to clutch out. It would have to come down to Frozen, realistically. They've tickled the bomb. The smoke's not great. It does afford a small gap in there, but the molly behind it could be a problem. Frozen now with the spray gets one, but that won't be good enough. And Brokey is already pieced out. Enough time for the defuse. It just goes to show, though, that if Frozen could string together 2 or 3 kills there, that was a winnable round for FaZe. G2, though, 3-0 start.
Third round hanging on by a few small threads. But a round nonetheless. FaZe, slow start into the second map. m0NESY teetering on the edge of the smoke, wanted to see if he had an opportunity to push in. They re-smoke, but he's already got ahead of it. Ooh, trying to play around the Molotov, but Carrigan's swing slices his head off. Meanwhile, Hunter strikes with one onto Rain, and it all falls onto Nico. He's been having a huge series so far in a 1v2 with a back turned. He tries to strike, punishes onto Carrigan, losing a lot of his HP. Both of them doubling up to play against him. He gets the dink, Vince, but no frag and no round. FaZe get there first.
Oh, you could see that Nico was trying so desperately to tap when there was 4 or 5 bullets left in the magazine, trying the precision, whips the USP out, takes the first, and knocks Rops to about 20 HP. So close, and yet so far. But with that being said, Jackie, although G2 did lose the round, they took 4 players down. So the T's, FaZe, still feeling the pinch, and here is that moment. Nico will be devastated, but he so nearly got it done. Both teams' economy hangs by a thread. Waiting for that rotational play to come in. Little did he know that m0NESY is still in with a chance, and while m0NESY is alive, there is a way forward. Finds the timing on the smoke, neutralizes Frozen. And in the meanwhile, long flank from Nexa. But m0NESY may not need anybody else. He may be about to do this all alone. Rops and Brokey stand between m0NESY and a back-breaking moment for FaZe. A round that should have been straightforward, a 2 versus 4, as m0NESY nearly gets caught in transition. Nexa now, though, has an opportunity with this MP9 at range. He tries to spray, but he can't get any kills. And with m0NESY on low hit points and no kit, it's such a valiant, heroic effort, but unfortunately it's a bridge too far, and FaZe will double up their tally at 3-2.
They're exiting out towards middle though through Donut, and this will be a shooting gallery. You're all going to be peeking into Brokey with the backup of Frozen. 1 by 1, the frags all fall in favor of FaZe, and they get nothing. Zilch, nada from the round. G2 giving up the AK, hoping for some sort of success on the mid push, but not to be found here. For G2, but Nexa puts himself on a pedestal. The smoke's broken and Carrigan bursts, finding the early frag.
Oh, that smoke was so beautifully carved aside like Moses at the Red Sea, and it allowed FaZe to stampede their way across to a 4th. They breach the gap, they gulf it fully, and although m0NESY gets a parting gift, he is now last man standing. There is no way forward for m0NESY apart from through FaZe. And he's the kind of player that can make that happen, but Frozen will deny him the luxury and opportunity. Yeah, that HE onto the smoke was delicious timing for FaZe, and the rest was just a formality at that point.
And Carrigan with confidence is a scary beast to have to deal with, Vince. Now being used against the very player himself, peeks out, but m0NESY still punishes, hits the head on Brokey and leaves it down to him to defend the site. The Deagle keeps on singing, Vince. Frag after frag, he's holding back the wave.
Not just holding it back, he's repelled it as well, Jackie. He's forced them away from the site. They're going to have to go back in. Now onto A instead, where Nexa is laid in wait with his 5-7. But Hooksy's got a good read of the situation. They hear the flurry of mollies and smokes preceding the push. And now m0NESY needs to join them. They won't be able to deny the bomb plant. Nexa is playing with the food. They get in each other's way, and Frozen shuts down Rops before he falls prey. Rain is last man standing, double sprays up, knows where Nexa is, and Rain will clutch. But FaZe so nearly threw that across the rocks. Oh my goodness, that was incredibly close.
Oh, mate. Teetering on the brink of defeat by their own hands. Minor misplays. And major moves from m0NESY with the Deagle towards the B bomb site. The issues were cropping up, but FaZe survive. Even with the blood of Rops on the hands of Frozen, the Cool brothers.
But he's going to have to go above and beyond. Oh, the barrel, that AWP is going to give Karrigan's position away all day, every day. But Brokey spray control on point. Hooksy, though, exploding out of K. First in, and Rain again. 2 consecutive rounds with tons of impact. And FaZe extend their lead to 6-3.
Depends on if the CTs give them any inches to work with, any fine margins. Timing on this is going to be crazy, Vince. They adjust their crosshairs as there was another man pulling up to back them up towards middle, just as we saw the push down on lane. Karrigan being spammed at, the 5-7 nipping at his heels. m0NESY's Deagle unable to deliver. The MP9, good for one, but the 5-7 of Hunter claps back for another. Rain is continuing to be the beast for FaZe as he's making the difference round after round. Hunter shoots at the toes, but they stay alive. 20 seconds on the clock, Vince.
And Nico still alive, still activated, still healthy. If Hunter can draw some fire, that could allow his cousin to come in and clean up the rest. He's got one better than Nico could have hoped for. And Nico's position is still unknown. He's made no noise. But this is the 3rd round in a row that Rain is going to be required, and Nico's going for the full-on defuse. Are you serious, Nico? The ice in this man's veins, and he snatches it. Breaks the heart of Rain, breaks his back. Full 10-second defuse.
But there's 2 players playing together for the run out. Meanwhile, they start to sell the idea that this is an A play. Nexa takes a ton of damage and loses his audio as they start to slip his way by Karrigan on the front of the site, but he's slain, and you've still got that deep control. They're not going to bite and rotate offense, so they're able to hold it.
They're going to try and hold him here, but it's Hunter and Nexa that remain. Just seeing from Karrigan's perspective, trying to call the round from beyond the grave. Frozen with Brokey now coming through. Flashes and smokes being tossed in this post plant, and the shutdown is available. The spray on point from Frozen, and snatches the life away from G2. The flank on point. It may go checked this round though, and Nexa still posts up 2 kills with that MP9 and keeps them away from the smoke. That's a fantastic individual performance from Nexa that could have just secured them so much going into this round. Nexa now gets another couple, doing it all alone with a 4K. And although Brokey has been a man possessed on 13 frags, there are limitations to even his reach. What a round from Nexa.
That's huge, man. The A anchor that sinks the FaZe clan ship. Shutting it down with a masterclass towards the site. So momentum is going to be a big part of it. Early on, they set themselves up round towards the B site, fighting for lane. Karrigan hits the head of m0NESY, takes 2 to the grave as he goes down with Nexa as well.
Well, he frags back and forth, but it's now FaZe taking the lead. Frozen still alive, still able to deliver some fatal blows if they overextend here. And Nico's out though, and he has full faith in his Glock aim. We saw him bag a bunch on Anubis in that pistol round, and he's got 3, a hat trick again. And still tons of time left on the clock here, Jackie. They don't have to force either way in. Can try and wait to see if the CTs blink first.
Begins to make his move back round through CT. 50 seconds on the clock. Nico curious about what positions are in play. Hunter peeks into it, and his head gets obliterated. Nico with 1 though. Now it's all down to the fine margins. A 1v1, time to work with. He can cut noise and slow down the round.
This is exquisite play from Nico. And it gives him a real chance to not just clutch this round, but to land the ace on top of it, and a round that G2 so desperately require. He's seen the script before with his full 10-second defuse. Brokey, he's not falling for it. He hears the sound cues. Brokey around the corner, and that is Nico at his best. But I mean, MP9's tailor-made for these positions. Can understand fully why they've gone for it. They've seen the shadow of Munacy. The wide swing, though, is not going to work, but you're not going to anticipate too. But unfortunately, Rain has fluffed his lines and hasn't really done much damage in the process. I mean, barely scratching the surface.
It's all going a little bit west. Brokey back round towards CT, fires off the scout shot, and they begin to pull the plug. They're backing off. You've also seen Nico's made his move up towards Cave and finding the head of Carrigan. Might as well have just saved the round for them. The rest are now going to be baited to push into the awaiting arms of Munacy, still lurking towards A main, and Frozen falls. Brokey's scout vastly outnumbered, and the B bomb site given to G2.
And Hunter may not have had his best game, but he's still on the server. And Brokey getting one could have just saved his own life. Oh, so close. But he is going to fall prey to Nexa in the end.
They wanted to go fast up ramp, but they're denied the push. Nade bounces wide. Nico hits the head. Carrigan slain.
Nico cracks open the site. And Rain, he was caught in the smoke for what would have felt like an eternity. Although Brokey does come back with one, the site has been pillaged. Brokey gonna try and plant that flag back down again with the FaZe colors, and it's Rops that joins him. The two of them have done it for now. But Hunter's brought us back into a 2-on-2. 1 minute 15 on the clock, but they've lost possession of the bomb. They could maybe fake out an over-rotation, but Brokey's having none of it. Hooksy in a 1-on-2.
The heads-up play from Brokey. It makes a world of difference. Hooksy.
If he can find a golden ticket here, it would have been huge for G2, but FaZe can breathe a collective sigh of relief. As they've tied us up even again. Some protocols need to be changed, maybe a couple of extra HEs or a Molotov early on to stop this from happening. But the rot continues to spread as Nico continues to lay down the law and lives of the FaZe clan players. And just in a couple of moments, FaZe have been destroyed again. And their A site has to be the sanctuary for the save.
G2 not missing a beat in terms of hitting their shots, are going to take that every damn day. One round, Vince, that's all it is, one round.
The Reaper, of course, is omnipresent, as is Carrigan, it would seem. IGL on IGL action, although Munacy will make sure that there will be no brains behind the operation, continuing in terms of brute force with the MP9. Nexa in the meanwhile, though, walks his up ramp, and he's going to get the same results, but he does get traded back. 3-on-3.
Robs on the box, plays the off angle. Flashbang out through Cave, it'll blind Hunter, but too little, too late. He breaks the back of Brokey. You outnumber them. It's a tag, Vince, but he's still standing and can deny this push onto the site. Slow down the retake with the utility. Frozen, wielding the AWP, misses the initial headshot. Rob's good for one, and it's all on Frozen now. He's got to get the reload off. 35 seconds on the clock, flashes over the top, and you can see Nico setting his mind to rotating and going for a different maneuver. He's cut sound and he's running through middle. The timing on it is the important part. Frozen misses the opportunity, Vince.
But he's at least seen Nico. He knows what's coming up now. There's no doubts in his mind. Nico's going to go for the full plant. Zero respect for the potential wide swing. And there's the headshot from Nico. Once again rotating and so calm. Kind of rolls his eyes in relief.
Slow down, G2. Do to them what is being done to FaZe. And Hooksy creeps in through the cave, slays Carrigan. Munacy already scoped, finds the adjustment as Brokey's gone. Back turn for Rain as well, Vince. This is only going to get worse as the time ticks.
And they seem to have a good read of the situation. They anticipate a 3-player stack. They know there's more than enough time, ample opportunity for a rotation to have already nestled itself onto the site. So Nico taking no prisoners and taking no chances. Takes the head of Rain and shoves it away from the side. Hunter with a spray, and Rops is the last man alive. but his only mission is to save his orc. Any prospects of the round were long gone, thrown into the wind, and briskly forced away. So G2 will have an 11-8 lead, Jackie. I don't think many people would have gave them a chance to win this best of 3. I certainly think very few people would have said they 2-0 the series.
It's unbelievable scenes. And it's a huge return to form. Looking like a team, Vince. A collective effort.
So played one in this position right now, it would be him. The initial spray is good. Mollied out of position with the flashes as well, and m0NESY returns the favor. Orp trained to perfection. And now Nexa needs to wide swing in. Karrigan stands his ground, drops the bomb and gets a second, giving a lifeline to FaZe.
A missed shot from m0NESY, and the problems are creeping in. FaZe are not giving up control of this game for free, and m0NESY falls as Brokey stands tall and gives them one more round.
And it's a clean kill at that, you know. A flashbang out, Frozen goes for the repeak, but he is stuck between players. He at least has some backup, but Nico is going to punish him for overstaying.
Isn't it fitting that it's Nico again to be activated? m0NESY waiting for the repeak, but Brokey has been the only one that can slow down the AWPing superstar of m0NESY in this round. He's removed, blown away by the AWP of G2, and it all falls onto the last 2 members. FaZe Clan's hope and dreams in the best of 3 is on Rops and Karrigan.
Karrigan typically comes alive in these moments, but he's been put to his death by Hunter, and that leaves Rops now with so much pressure, so much to do. Yes, he's got the first pick, but it's one of the hardest areas in Counter-Strike to burst out from. He at least has the smoke and flash to dart back into. Time is low and Hunter shuts him down. G2 2-0 against FaZe and secure their spot at the major. The first team in CS2 history to qualify for the major.
The 13th major for Nico. After playing a nights out series, Vince, he'll once again get a chance